Hello, 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 and welcome to the PhD crew. And we are so excited that today we're going to be doing our first of the shows for Keep It Real and debunking some of these spiritual terms out there. And one of our viewers messaged us to tackle the tarot, particularly the devil for her. But we're going to be looking at a couple of more cards that may put you off investigating the tarot further. And we have got the expert on our panel, the lovely Hilary. Hopefully you would have seen the tutorial that she has given for the tarot course that she's got running, alongside myself and Penny being the guinea pigs to that. We've got more of those coming, but Hilary, today we're just looking at the three cards that have a little bit
of a difficult connotation. I think it's the thing over years of doing tarot readings and teaching tarot people how to read the tarot cards. These are the three cards that people think, oh, I don't know about that, or I feel a bit wary. So we decided that we would debunk them today, tell you their proper meanings so that it takes any fear away or any feeling that, I don't really like that. People usually say it's the devil, or mustn't touch the tarot, it's got the devil in it. So, and that was the one, wasn't it, that the lady asked us to focus on. But we thought we would also include the death card and the tower, because they're the ones that are really big changes in life. So that's why they have a big meaning and big influence in our lives.
Well, it is, because we were just discussing beforehand about especially the death card. If we watch sitcoms, anything on TV, if there is a tarot reader, you can bet a pound to a penny that death card's going to come out and death. And it's like, no. And they have, no pun intended, they have done it to death about the death card being about that. So, yeah. Is that the first card we're going to go with, ladies?
I think so, yes. I think we might as well. Yes, the death card. So we've got lots of different decks here. I've got 8 different decks because I'm coming up to teaching a course on it again. So I've got lots of different ones.
I love that one. Look at Penny's.
That's beautiful. That's really
Penny, what deck is that?
So this one is from the Chakra Wisdom Tarot.
Beautiful.
By Tori Hartman. And yeah, I mean the colours and
it's lovely.
The images and everything are just stunning.
Starting with the colour, purple is the colour of transformation, but it's also the colour of death, because that's why they used to line the coffins of kings with purple, because they felt that the purple colour would see them through to the afterlife. Oh. So it's nice to see that colour represented on the death card. It's beautiful. That's on my list. As soon as we're off this, I'm going to order those because they are lovely. Some of the other images that we've got, this is the Rider-Waite. So this is a standard deck that is it's a good one to start with. You can see that the knight in armour there it's a skull, so he's a skeleton. There's people on the battlefield. So you've got the Pope there, you've got an emperor there lying on the floor, children, people running away, the sun rising in the distance. The white rose is often taken as a symbol of death. So these cards have the very general images that are seen on a lot of the different cards. So that was the Rider-Waite. This is Shaman Caselli. And again, a skeleton on horseback with the scythe, cutting ties. This is sort of leaving behind the battlefield. There's a crow or something, or raven down there, often taken as the symbol of death. So that's Shaman Caselli. This is the death card in the mythic cards. So again, there's light shining on it. Sorry, there we go. Again, you've got this sort of hooded and draped figure implying death, and just inviting those other figures to rise up. Come up out of the ground. There is a future. There is something better there for you. In the Morgan Greer deck, that's another. Let's go that side again. Again, you've got the white rose, you've got the scythe, you've got the skull, the buildings in the background, the sunrise or sunset, doesn't matter which it is, because death is the sun setting in one life and the sun rising in another. In the Celtic cards, again, you've got this card of the hooded figure that you may just be able to see as a skull there, but guiding the boat that's taking them over into the afterlife. So this is the lady there depicted with holding the lantern, taking her light over into a new life. We have in the Druid deck. So in the Druid deck, we've got the old crone with the skull there and the snake, all these images of transformation, of the snake shedding its skin, the eagle or the raven there in the background too. So that's rather nice. That's the sort of end of life and moving on into new beginnings. And I think this one's yours, isn't it? You've got the light seers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snap.
And that's lovely. So it's like the faceless image of death, that once you look beyond it and you look beyond that figure, that skull or that skeleton, look beyond it and see the light. And that's where your soul or your spirit go. And in the Everyday Witch cards, we've got, again, sort of old Father Time. There's always a cat in these witch cards. So you've got a little black cat there. So that's just saying, there's the two doors, one to go in and one to come out. One's got a handle and one hasn't. So this is just cutting the ties. He looks as if he's about to raise that sword and cut the cord of life. So they're the death cards. So what do we feel they mean? So
Penny. Let's go with the Pete. Let's go with President Penny first.
Okay. To me, it's all about it could be projects or things ending and new things coming in, so new beginnings and that. And yeah, it's just the end of one thing, so that something new can, grow and fertilize, so to speak.
Definitely. Dan, what do you feel from the death card?
Absolutely. There's that thing of, closing of a chapter and opening of a door, that, we say goodbye to some things, but we have to be able to say hello to other things. So that's where I get it. There's always something positive. There's always that shedding.
Yes.
We need to break the mold. We need to grow from the old in order to gain new things. So yeah,
Definitely.
I don't get that. How long have I got left? It's not. But then also, the death card. This is from the Wild Unknown Tower. There's the number 13.
Yes.
So it doesn't help that we've got the number 13 matched with the death card.
But that's why people are superstitious of 13. Because the tarot cards are very, very old. They were designed initially for the Italian court as a game. And 13 became associated with death and became that, don't have number 13. I used to live on a housing estate and there were no number 13s on the housing estate.
Wow.
Because the builder was superstitious.
Yeah.
And I always thought, how daft, how silly. We love 13.
Yeah. I've worked in hotels. We've never had a room 13 or even 113, 213. We've never had none of those.
No. It seems daft, doesn't it? But this is where it comes from. So don't be superstitious. The death card is a lovely time to move on. It's often cutting ties with the past, letting go of the past, because we're held back sometimes by our past beliefs or people or habits or anything in your life. Let it go. I won't burst into song, I promise you. Let it go. But that really is the overall meaning of the death card, is just let the past go, because you've got this new future you've got to create space or time or energy for. You've got new things coming in. Don't take the past with you. So if it's the ending of a relationship, don't judge any new relationship by what's gone on in the past. Don't think you're going to be hurt again, or whatever's going to go wrong again. You're moving into something brand new.
Wiping the slate clean.
Yeah.
Yes, literally. So that's why you often get this image of the knight on the leaving the battlefield behind, leaving the death and destruction. In some of the cards, there's somebody religious there, a pope, or there's an emperor there. So emperor is the authority, the religious restrictions. Leave it all behind. So it's a really, really positive card. So you're starting again, new path.
This doesn't particularly depict a lot of death or darkness. But to me, it depicts the falling of the leaves in the autumn and getting ready for spring, for all the new growth. So,
but you've got lovely images in there with the butterfly is the symbol of transformation.
Yeah.
And what does the affirmation say?
The affirmation says, I let go and embrace new beginnings.
Oh, that's nice. And what deck are they, Penny?
This deck, this is a lovely deck. This is the Crystal Power Tarot.
Ah.
Says, by Jane Wallace. And all these beautiful illustrations are by somebody that I know quite well, who's done a lot of artwork for me, Roberta.
I love Bobby.
And yeah, her stuff is just absolutely amazing. Absolutely.
It's lovely to see those beautiful soft colours where some of these are quite dark.
It is, very much so. There, definitely.
Yeah.
And it just shows that, death doesn't have to be dark.
No. Look at those beautiful pastels.
Yeah.
That is lovely.
Very encouraging.
Yeah.
And I like the seed in the ground beneath, what we can take as the crystal there, like a crystal portal to go through. Yeah. And once you've sort of released through that, then that new seed can grow.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, they're really nice, Penny.
So that's just a different take.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's transition, it's rebirth.
Yeah, rebirth. Very much so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fantastic. Anything else to add to that before we move on to our next one?
I think so long as everybody's happy now, and when they see the death card, I am not going to die.
And that is what today is about, is to debunk those words. And do comment, do let us know, drop us a message. And obviously always hit that subscribe button and that notification button so you are up to date on all of our live shows. So yeah, definitely. It is all about that. So the next one, we've had experience with that this morning.
Yes, we have. We have.
The devil has very much been on our side.
In fact, just as we started, Penny, you got a text, didn't you?
I did. I got a text from my mum earlier. And she said, what was her exact words? Let's just have a look. Because I don't want to get it out of context.
So while Penny's looking for that, the next card we're going to be looking at is the devil.
Yeah. So she said to me, talk of the devil. Your brother phoned me last night for a catch-up. And yesterday we were talking about my brother.
Talk of the devil.
Talk of the devil.
And this does seem to be the one. This was the one that the lady asked us to actually focus on, wasn't it? The devil.
Yeah.
And this is the one that we find a lot of religious people will say, don't touch the tarot. It's got the devil in it, or it's devil worship, or you're focusing on the devil, communicating with the devil. So we thought this was a big one, really, that might put people off learning the tarot. So here, look, we've got some lovely images here. So Dan's holding up the one from the Lightseers Tarot. And that's, the devil you know. Better the devil you know. So we'll be looking at that. So the devil there, this is card number 15. So the chakra wisdom ones is lovely and orange, and you've got the image, I suppose, of the horned devil with his trident there, and all the fire. So the devil does sort of relate to the star sign of Capricorn. The death card is Scorpio, by the way. Scorpio is death. And they're very much, they like the sort of macabre side of life. So the devil is Capricorn, and they're very down to earth and practical. So that's nice to see those lovely orange colours. And what was the other one in the crystal power deck? Dance with the devil.
And it says, I am free of whatever is holding me back.
Brilliant.
And the crystal that they've actually paired with it is obsidian.
Ah, yes. Yes. Well, that would, yes, because that is a great releasing stone and very grounding. So,
volcanic glass.
Yes.
Born from the depths of hell.
And thrown up in the volcanoes.
Yes. Devil spit. Right, we're gonna have to come on and debunk obsidian now, aren't we?
Yes. Now you've called it devil spit.
Absolutely.
Oh, so you've got the wild unknown tarot, and that's the goat. Looks like his feet are on fire.
They are. He's got hot trotters.
Hot trotters. Yeah, he's actually rather nice. He doesn't look too menacing, does he?
No, he's got the pentacle on his forehead, but there is a little sly in his eye. There's a little bit of in his eye. There's a mischievous. Yeah, that's a goat all over, isn't it? Really, a goat's eye is. Goats are mischievous.
I love goats.
I do.
Right, so we've got this one, and this is in the Rider-Waite deck. So this is the devil here. Yeah, a horned creature, horned beast with his hairy legs. Looks like he needs a bit of a shave on those. That's been too long in lockdown, hasn't it? So we've got the devil here. Now, the chains that are supposedly binding this male and female here, we've got the different symbols on their tails, because they're supposed to be little devils too. So you've got, looks like fruit or something that's growing on the lady's tail, and fire on the male. So it is that sort of growth and freedom, but he's the fire and the passion. So they're chained, but they're very loosely chained. And those chains that go around their necks, you look and you think, they could take those off. They're not trapped by that. Yeah. And he can't control them. He's just sitting there looking really grumpy, really miserable, and just kind of waiting, going, I think I've caught you. So this is the devil in the Shaman Caselli deck. And he's just sitting, it looks like he's waving, looks quite happy. And he's got the two people down there again, chained to the wall, but only very loosely. Their hands are free, their feet are free. So they could take those chains off and set themselves free. So he's holding them by the fire, by the power of his mind, and by what he's led them to believe, that he's got them trapped. The devil in the mythic, again, the goat, it's often represented as Pan. So here, yes, Pan. And he's got the people like puppets, but look, they're dancing. They're not really trapped. And if they pulled on those chains or those ropes, he'd drop those. So he's not actually holding them terribly tightly. The devil in the Morgan Greer deck. These are always very bright colours. So we've just got the image of the sort of horned beast. There's the devil with the pentacle there above. And there's an image of a fly. So it's the fly caught in the trap. And that's what it denotes on this, that it's kind of, I've caught you, but it's only caught in a symbol. So it's caught by just the symbolic meaning of the devil. The light is still there. And in the Celtic tarot, we've got this image of the devil. And again, the male and the female, yeah, they're just there, but they're not really tied. It's a little bit like a puppet. It's, ha, I've got control of you, but they can get out. Right, be warned, the Druid deck, there's a lot of nakedness. So don't look, Ethel. This one it looks as if they're, a bit exhausted, should we say politely? And it's actually called Kernanos. Now, Kernanos is the word for the green man or the pagan god, not really the devil. But
No.
I think because he's the one with the antlers and he's standing there watching them, probably enjoyed the show and they were quite oblivious to it. But they will wake up. They will wake up and they will get up. So he's just watching and waiting, but he's not got the control over them.
Learning
Right,
about
then
the birds and the
yours.
bees.
Yeah, then yours, Dan. The devil in the light seers. Now, his eyes are really mesmerizing, aren't they? And this is temptation. He's got control.
I'm
seemingly.
tempted.
I'm tempted, yes, I would be. The little figure down in the front there, look how loosely those ties are being held by the devil.
Mm.
But the hands, he's got his hands up over his head as if it's only his mind that is being controlled, not him in totality.
Mm.
So it is just that, I'm going to make you think I've got control, but actually it's just all in the mind. And finally, we've got the everyday witch. And the devil here, he really does look full of temptation. Look, offer money to the poor boy, but let's give the girl an ice cream. So this is kind of, yeah, we know the way. And it's that temptation. It's that, I will tempt you off your path or tempt you away or try and separate you. But again, although he's leaning over them, he's not got them trapped. Mm. And this really sums up the meaning of the devil, that it is very often related to those things that we feel trapped by. Mm. And that is often finances, debts, contracts, leases, mortgage, the responsibilities, duties, the things that we feel we have to do. We can break free, or we can find other ways to deal with them, but it's the devil on our shoulder, the monkey on our back, where we think, oh, God, I've got this burden to carry, or I've got this I've got to do. The devil is nothing to do with religion. We have our own devils. Mm. We make our own devils. We make that rod for our back, and we choose that, or we go along with it. So the devil really inspires you to say, this has no control over me. I can break free of this, or I can find another way around this problem. Sometimes it can denote a controlling person in your life, but usually it is those things that bind us. So when people say, oh, I don't like the tarot, it's got the devil in it, try and think of it in a different way, or explain what it really means. It's nothing to do with the devil as Satan or Lucifer or, the opposite of whatever you believe God is. It is just literally the devil that we make for ourselves. Those things that we feel trapped by and that we have to deal with. And it's usually the practicalities of life. So we can all think of something, I think, that relates to the devil. Sometimes if it's a person, it's somebody who likes to control or likes to be in control. And if it's something that's happening, maybe you've just had to sign your soul to the devil, sign on the dotted line for something. So, and it is very much about temptation. So they're the general meanings of the devil card.
Yeah, it's very much like trying to blame somebody else, isn't it? It's having that excuse of, well, it wasn't me, it was the devil. It wasn't me, it was, and it's like, no, take responsibility. Take responsibility for your own actions. You're not tied to that idol work. You can break free. You can do that. It's down to you whether you choose to stay in your comfort zone or take that step into the new phase.
Yes. Yeah. It's often the yes, but.
Yes, but.
Yes, but.
Yes, but. Yeah, I could. But. Yeah, I could. No. Where are the chords? There's no chords. There's no. What are you tied to? Leash. There's no. You're not. Unhook. You're only limiting your own limitations.
Yes.
No one else is.
Yeah. I read somewhere, how big is your butt? I thought,
I'm not about to disclose that on this, Hilary.
But I thought that was really appropriate because we do use that a lot. And it is very much, if you look at the devil and think, yeah, how big is your butt? What's the but that holds you back when you say, yes, I could do that, but.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I won't ask you either, Penny, how big is your butt?
Any words for you to sum up the devil, Penny?
It is, for me, it is about sort of the temptation and, feeling restricted. Hence, in some of those pictures that we saw, you've got the chains and that sort of thing. But as Hilary said, they're very loose, and at any time you can make that decision to actually free yourself. And I think that's why I like this card, because it's about dancing with the devil, and it's very free and easy. And even down to here, you can see sort of the keyholes. So at any time, you can leave the situation.
Yeah,
that is a lovely one.
It
I
is,
like that.
yeah, it is very much. And it says, I am free of whatever is holding me back.
And it is, and believe that.
Yeah.
Believe that. But I like the connotation there of dancing with the devil. We all have a devil within us. We all have that shadow side, the doubts, the fears, the things that we do put in as blockages. Embrace it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, I find this difficult. Yes, this is the devil I'm fighting. But I can dance with it. I can move with it.
Yeah.
I can embrace it.
It can be free flowing. It hasn't got to be restricted.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that. Well, that's another thing we can debunk. Obsidian and the shadow. This all love and light shadow. So from the devil, we've got 2 new episodes to do from that. So thank you for the lady that suggested the devil.
Yes, because we do want to just keep it real. We want to, help people understand things perhaps that have frightened them or they've been a bit worried or concerned about, or that they don't understand. So please do keep your suggestions coming into us. Keep It Real will be all about just keeping it real, not letting it get out of hand. And there are lots and lots of words and jargon used in spirituality that you think, what does that really mean? Just ask. Ask us, and we will debunk it for you. So do, keep the questions coming in. We do appreciate them. Right, we've got another card. What are we going to look at? Our third card, the Tower. Wow.
Oh, the blasted oak.
The blasted oak, yes. Oh, I like that one, Penny. That's nice too.
Lovely.
Yeah.
In the Wildwood Tarot, we've got the blasted oak.
Blasted oak. Yeah, and look at that, the lightning broken that branch, and she's fallen off her twig. Oh, fallen out of her tree. Yeah. And what's that on the
That's
on
a
the
tree
animal
that's
ones?
being struck by
Again, struck
lightning.
by lightning.
Like it's just the top end that's being.
Yes. Yes, it is. The tower is very much the card of everything is struck by lightning, but it's only the top that gets damaged. And it's time to let go.
Yeah.
And let go and either jump or be pushed, but you want out of that situation. So as lightning comes in a flash. So it's often things that come out of the blue. Something that happens quite suddenly that you're not expecting. So it's always when the tower comes up in a reading, it's always, whoa, this is, something that happens just all of a sudden. Mm-hmm. So it's really nice. It's a card of cleansing, of clearing out. If it's moving, then you're packing things up, getting ready to go. So this is the Rider-Waite one. The tower, and again struck by lightning. Now the crown, often the tower has a crown on top. And I think your chakra ones, Penny.
Yes.
They've got a big crown there. It's knocked your crown off. Now the crown does symbolize ego. It's the things that we feel we have to live up to, expectations, because you think of the expectations on royalty or whoever wears the crown. It's knocking that off. So this really is very much a keep it real card in itself. Get rid of the crown. Get rid of those thoughts and ideas and things that have been sort of keeping the lid on, and let the lid go. Blow the top of your head off. When you look at all the images of the tower, the foundations are always strong. This is the Shaman Caselli one, and that's set in the sea. So that's very much, the sea underneath that. The foundations are very strong. The roots of an oak tree in your wildwood ones down, the roots of an oak tree are amazing, really strong. So you've always got strong roots. That one's really nice. 2 penny, I surrender and know how to go forward.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah. So you let it go. You let go of all the stuff that's weighed you down, the top of the tower. Mm. And you've got this lovely, underneath, you've got all these seeds, the rocks here. What? Oh, rutilated quartz, is that?
Rutilated quartz and hematite.
Oh, see, and that goes deep into the ground. That's a bit like an iceberg. It's only you see the surface.
Yeah.
What's underneath is what counts. So although there's people jumping from it, it really is saying, don't hold on to this. Don't hold on to this. The tower, another one with water. Here in the mythic, you've got Poseidon in the mythic tarot. And he's there with a trident just saying, it's okay, we'll just, let it go. He's probably the one that's blasted the top of the tower off. Yeah. Because something needs rebuilding. Something needs to change. So the tower is always a card of change. Nothing is going to stay the same if you get this card out. And here again, look, it's on fire, but it is only the top. And all that lightning and wind and clouds and everything, it's saying, get rid of that. There's always people jumping. Now, I know, for us, that's probably not a nice image that we tend to associate with having to escape. But they're all fine, and they've jumped. They've not been pushed. They've just gone, I'm done with that. I'm so over that. That is so last year. I'm out of it. And we've got the Druid deck. Again, this tower, but the rocks it's built on are incredibly strong. So we've got this card number 16 in the tarot deck. And this is just this change again. Get rid of what no longer works. It's rather nice in the Light Seers, isn't it? Because you've got this This is the natural world, isn't it? And
This
this is,
really
look at that
touches me.
squirrel there, looking up, going, I'm okay under here. I've got my nuts safe under here. And it's, yes, hazelnuts, I think they are, Dan.
They are.
It's only the top that's going.
Mm.
So the little squirrel's there, and he's all right, basically. He's saying, yeah, go on then, get rid of it, because I'm all right. And in the everyday witch cards, it looks like she's blasted it with her wand, going, yeah, well, it was leaning anyway. It really wasn't all that good. So it's like, yeah, I did that. That was me. That was my responsibility. I've done that. Blasted the top of the tower because I'm going to build something better.
Mm.
And that's it with the tower. There's always this change, but it's often a blessing in disguise. It's that opportunity for things to change. And we know that, you can't change unless you get rid of something and make way for the new. And we've seen that in the death card as well. So, but this tower is usually when it's somebody else that's done it, or it's natural forces, or it's from an unexpected source. And I think it's this, the tower is unexpected. It catches us by surprise. And that's perhaps why people don't like it in the tarot deck, because it feels like, oh, what's going to happen? And that could be a disaster. No, it could be a blessing. It usually is. And obviously with all these cards, you have to look at the cards that come out around them to find out what's actually happening, what is going, and why is it happening? Why is there a blessing? What's coming that's going to be so much better? So yes, it can denote a house move, and it can denote all sorts of different things, different events. It can be somebody who never really finishes anything, or half-heartedly does things and then gives up and moves on. And that's where you get the idea of, the people jumping from the tower. Perhaps it was never finished. Perhaps they didn't do that good a job anyway, and they left it. So as a person, if it denotes a person, then it would be that sort of person. It doesn't have a star sign linked to the tower. So there's only 12 of the major arcana that do, obviously. But the tower is usually that sort of energy where it's really fiery, and it is just big, big change. So it's one to watch out for, but it's one to watch out for with a degree of excitement.
Yeah.
So
can it also, because for me, it kind of shows that you're never at the top of your game. And if you think you are, it's going to knock the top off. So you have to, especially in the spiritual world where we have these grand masters, we have, I am the top of, and that kind of keeps your ego in check. It's like, so you think you're completed.
Mm-hmm.
You're not. Rebuild.
Yes.
And remind you that there's always something new. There's always something to learn. So like a building block with a child, how far can you go before you start again? Yeah. And if a few blocks fall off, that's okay. Put them back on it. You've been there before. You can get there again.
Yeah. That's nice. I like that, Dan. That's lovely. And it does make you feel humble. If you know that your crown can be knocked off, or you can be knocked off that pinnacle, remember that.
Mm.
Yeah. Yes, I like that with the children, the building blocks. Yes, it's very true. Very true. Yeah, nice one. Yeah. Oh, and how about you, Penny? How does it make you feel?
But for me, it is all about major changes. And as we were saying earlier, you never stop learning.
No.
And if you think you do, then yes, you get so far, as Dan just said, and it comes crashing down on you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, unexpected changes, big changes, but necessary changes. And to me, it brings excitement. So it's the excitement of, what's going to happen next? And as Dan said about the building blocks, I was visualizing an extension to a house. So, you have your strong foundations, And as you start to grow, so let's just say, for instance, as your family grows, you build on another bit to the house and everything else. And it might get to a stage where you build part of an extension, let's say, that isn't quite right. And that bit comes tumbling down. But then you go on a different route and you build, say, the extension, I don't know, over the other side of the house. And you get that bit further.
Yes.
So it is all about progression and everything else. And to me, it's just exciting, just wanting to know where that next part goes to.
Yeah.
It's lovely. It's a lovely, lovely way to look at it, where you think that if something is building in your life that's perhaps not for your highest good, and you might have a tarot reading and it comes out as the Tower, that is nice confirmation that, no, go back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
Or go back
to the roots.
Rethink.
Back to your foundation.
Yes.
That foundation, that was your core. You've gone off piste.
Yes.
Bring it back to where you started from. That's you. What you were doing, you were leaning the Tower of Pisa.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, let that fall. Stick to who you are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold your truth. Yes, that's a nice one. Don't be swayed. Don't be knocked about. Don't be bullied. Hold yourself. Your foundations, your core of who you are is very, very important. Don't try and be something that you're not.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's when the crown also gets knocked off, if it's not real. So none of us, we don't wear crowns. We're just not that type. The odd diamond tiara maybe, but not a full crown.
Yes. No, a coronet.
Yes.
For a duchess.
Yeah, but we're not like that. So that's the Tower. So I hope that doesn't hold any fear or trepidation for anybody now, that they can see that, this is life. Things do happen unexpectedly. We do get a shock or a surprise, and all the tarot cards, they denote life, the ups and downs, but they give good guidance. They can give good insight. They can help see beyond any difficulties. I always say when I'm teaching people the tarot, your job is to see through the difficulties. Keep going until you find the hope and something that the sitter or the client can hold on to, because it's seeing through those difficult times. And that's when we go for tarot readings, isn't it? When we're going through a bit of don't know what to do, don't know how this is going to work. Keep going is the thing. Keep going.
Absolutely.
And that's what we look for. And the Tower is a real opportunity. So nice to see it that way.
Nice to see all those three cards in a nice way. So I hope what we achieved to do, we've accomplished with this video. If you want any more expansion, if you want to know any more, do pop a comment down. One of us will reply to you. But yeah, let us know what, talking through this, is there anything else that's spun another route? You think, well, actually, what's this all about? Can you explain this? What does that mean?
Yeah.
And we will get together. We'll do that video. What a great session.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what I like, and what the three of us are trying to do here, is that, yes, we've spoken about the tarot and we've spoken about these three cards, but when we come on to record, it's organic and it just goes wherever it needs to go. And as we said earlier, we'll now talk about obsidian, and we'll talk about this. And, that's our aim for the show, for you, the listeners, is for it to just be organic and just to grow. And, we want you to grow along with us. And, we're here to impart whatever knowledge, we can to help you on that journey.
Which is lovely. Yes, we do. This is what we're hoping for. We did have another inquiry about the cards, not necessarily tarot, but Caroline did ask us about reversing the cards. That in a deck that she had bought, it said to take half the cards and turn them the other way round, and she asked us what we thought about that. And we have messaged her, but we thought it was just worth including it as we're covering some of the cards today, to say you must do whatever you feel is right. To me, the tarot cards, they reflect life, the good and bad, the ups and downs. You don't need to turn any of them upside down to get a reversed meaning. You take into consideration both aspects.
Yeah.
So we felt that, we did say to her, you don't have to do what is advised by the booklet or by the author or creator of the cards. If you feel that the cards offer enough opportunities to embrace the difficulties as well as the easy times, then there's no need. You don't have to. I never turn my cards upside down. Do you?
No. And if cards come out upside down, I turn them the right way round.
Yes, I do.
I do turn them the right way around because, like you say, with them the right way around, you've already got the ups and downs.
Yeah.
Yes.
You don't need to see the upside of the death card, like that being upside down, a reverse side of the death card. You've got that already there. So, no, I don't do reverse. I don't do upside down. I'm not from Australia.
How about you, Penny? Do you do the?
No, I don't do reverse either.
No, I know quite a few people do. So if it's right for them, then do it. And if it doesn't feel right for you, don't do it.
No, absolutely. Do what works for you. That is it. We're not debunking. We're not saying don't.
No.
If it suits you, sir. If it doesn't, do what does.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And a bit like the tower, hold true to whatever is right for you. Yeah. So right. I think that's probably it, isn't it?
I must just say this. I've got a magpie that's just landed on the window ledge and is tapping on the window.
He's coming to go.
The symbol of the magpie. We've got one for sorrow, haven't we?
One for sorrow.
Well, there's only one on the window ledge. I don't know if there's any more on the front lawn, but there's one on the window ledge.
And on the window ledge, probably saying, see, I'm not that bad.
Yeah.
These cards that other people might have previously thought were a bit sad or a bit, bringing the sorrow or the difficulties in life. Not that bad.
Yeah.
Not that bad. So does he want to come in? Are you going to feed him? Come and play. But he's the black and white.
Yes.
The yin and yang.
With that shine.
Mm.
Yes.
With the shine. Loves the things that glitter.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's after your crystals.
I know.
Yes. Probably is, Penny.
I've got all the blinds drawn today, so there's all these crystals on the window ledge.
Oh, yes. Ooh, shiny things. Yeah. Ooh.
It's the golem.
Yes.
My precious. Right, guys. Let us know any further help that we can provide for you guys. I hope you enjoyed watching this, listening to this. And we're here for you. Let us know what we can do. So from me, it's a goodbye.
And from me, it's goodbye.
And from me, it's goodbye till next time.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.